Hopkins. I'm defense coordinator at Sikeston High School, Sikeston, Missouri. I started my career in '05 coaching in Palmyra, Missouri, which is in northeast Missouri, right above Hannibal. So everybody knows where Hannibal is, so that's where I always go. I was there for about 5 years and then went to the western side of the state. Was coaching at Carrollton High School for a couple years and then had an opportunity to come to Sikeston. I've been here ever since. Started in Sikeston in 2012. Started as a DBs coach. I've never coached DBs a day in my life, and coached that for I think 6 years, and then moved to D line, and just kind of worked my way. The last couple of years, I've been safeties and outside backers. Of course, we were a 4-2-5, and then this year I moved to inside linebacker. I've been defense coordinator here for 3 years.
JK's, this will be my 9th year in coaching. I got my start coaching in Missouri too, actually. I coached at NA High School in Angel in Springfield for a guy named Brett Nealon who hired me. So I started working on defense. I worked defense for the first 3 years of my career as a GA, student assistant. And then I got a chance to move to Oklahoma, and I started coaching at 6A level in Enid, Oklahoma on the offensive side, and worked there for a couple years, and then, kind of made another stop along the way in Guthrie, Oklahoma, and then kind of stayed pretty local here to Guthrie and Deer Creek High School. Wade Stanley hired me as offensive coordinator, and this is actually my first year as a coordinator. So, real excited about the crop of kids that we got, and it's been quite the adventure. So, love it, man. So we're gonna go on the -11. We're gonna go kind of a safe play where we have answers built in for different types of three receiver side pressures that we can see. We call this little RPO zipper. We're going to run same side inside zone to give the quarterback a good vantage point of his conflict player in the C gap. So we're basically going to put a 3-man surface backside to protect him from C gap to C gap to make that choice. He's simply reading the overhang backer on top of number 3. If he sits in space and covers the snag route, then we're simply just going to hand off. If he expands at all on number 3 bubble, then we're going to go ahead and throw it behind him on the RPO. Just a simple same side, inside zone RPO in the second level.
Number 1 coverage, anytime we see 3-by-1, we call it roll. It's basically a cover 3 out of that 2 shell. We're going to allow that outside backer to just be a free ball player to the 3 side. The free safety is going to cover number 2. He's actually reading 3-1. We're going to try to take away the bubble. If 3 runs vertical, he's okay because the backside safety is going to take 3 on any kind of vertical route. So he's reading 3-1. He's looking for bubble or what we call stay pass with a screen or a tunnel to the number 1. Play side corners obviously dropping deep. Linebackers are checking anything. We call it cross key. We're going to cross read there. So the trip side linebacker is going to read the quarterback, and the backside linebacker is going to read the tailback. And we're going to play it there. If we get a pass read, we're going to get linebackers to the hook throw as best as possible. And then the backside outside backer, he's playing that hard 9 on the tight end. He wants to keep him on the line of scrimmage. If he gets a pass read, he's going to help out the backside flat. So as soon as we see the motion, we're gonna go ahead and what we call solo on the backside. That corner's gonna take the X. He's got him man. We're gonna take care of that on the pass side. On the front side to the twins, we're gonna play kind of a matchup zone concept. We call it frame. The safety and the corner are both gonna read the number 2 inside receiver. He's gonna dictate who takes who depending on what he does off the ball. Probably gonna send that outside backer to the twin side. We're going to send him to the mesh, cause havoc at the mesh point. So right here we're running pinch up front, which we're going to send our tackles. Both of our tackles are going to pinch inside. Nose is going to the strong A gap. Inside linebackers are going to cross key once again. The backside free safety is going to take the Y if he presses vertically. If he does not, if he ends up in the flat, it may be a deal where we check off our smoke by the play side outside linebacker, and he'll try to peel back and get back underneath it.
On left hash, 25-yard line, I'm going to call a sprint out concept into the motion so we get a little extra protection. Chip protection on the edge. That way, if we get any pressures to the two receiver side, we're taken care of, and we have an answer built into our concept. We like this. This is a sprint out concept and a drop back concept. It's got man beaters and zone beaters inside of it. So on our sprint out protection, our rules are same as our outside zone. We're gonna do three steps, flip and press, covered, uncovered type zone rules. If you're covered by your third step, you're trying to flip on your guy, or you're trying to press him in the play side gap. And if you're not, you're gonna kick and waterfall and hinge off your backside gap, any backside pursuit that you have on the sprint out. Tailback's going to load play side C gap and help anything off the hip of the tackle. And if not, he's going to collect any sort of play side penetration, backside rundown. Route, as far as the routes go from outside in, we have a compressed curl at 12 yards by the Z receiver. We have by the number 2 receiver, we call this a follow out. We run a follow route by the number 2 that sometimes can look like a slot fade or like a wheel. And so we're just going to break that off 5 yards. And that's our first read in the concept. If the quarterback likes it and the corner sinks off the compressed curl at the top of his triangle on the sprint out, he's going to get rid of that ball. We're going to get a first down and hopefully run a little bit after the catch. If not, and the corner comes off of it, now we have the backer in the alley in real conflict on the curl because he's got sprint out right at him. And we're going to hammer that curl in as the second read. And then if not, we've got a rail by the Y and waggle motion to really hold off any wall defenders that could play on our shallow cross coming from the backside X. And so that's the third read in that concept. A little intermediate sprint out concept that we like to run with extra protection from the waggle on the Y. So. Third and 10, that's just our game. Third and 10, we're gonna tall motion the back to the 3 receiver side into the boundary, try and get some leverage, things that happen quickly. We're also gonna make a stay call to our tight end. So on our protection here, we're gonna go the short side to tight end. So our zone, we're a half slide team. We have zone side, man side. Our zone side is gonna be the tight end side, which means we're gonna collect any number 4 guy pressure. We're gonna have the nose taken care of, the 4-eye taken care of, and then the outside backer if he comes. And we'll also have somebody to collect that tight inside linebacker in case they have some sort of pressure call on third down. Then we call it the money side. The money side of our protection is gonna be to the left there. The guard has number 1, which is the number 1 threat to the A gap, which is potentially the nose right there. He's gonna keep his eyes up and scan for any other threats in case that nose disappears. And then our left tackle is gonna have number 2, which is the 5 technique right there. Because we're getting rid of the back, the quarterback's kind of responsible for that play side backer right there. And so on the progression on this deal, we've got a little 4 verticals concept here called number 2 receiver. We're basically flip releasing our 4 verticals concept with the dagger tag on the outside. So from a progression standpoint, the quarterback, we teach him to work inside out. If that backer comes right now, then he's got to get rid of that ball, from 7 to 10 yards, that number 2 receiver come to the middle of the field. If not, he's looking dig by number 1 to we call it a follow route by the back right there, chasing the release of the number 1 receiver. Just a 3rd and 10 play, try and get something that sticks with the dig. And if not, you got a good little man beater bailout with the back, and you've got a pressure release to the man side of your protection with the switch releases by 2 and 3 on 4 verticals. So
basically, once again, we've got a trips look here, so we're going to go ahead and roll to that trips. Once that outside backer over the top of number 3 sees the tailback motion out, and he knows that I'm going to cover that tailback as best as I can. So he may or may not be able to chase him, but he's going to look to help out. We tell our back end, our corner, and our backside free safety, and our backside corner that has deep thirds, we tell them, hey, you've got an umbrella. So even though there's only 3 of you, if they're running 4 verts, you got to cover all 4 of them. We're going to run a little twist game with our nose and our play side linebacker, hoping to free him up. We're going to slant both ends and the nose. We're going to slant them to the trips and then run a twist game behind it with the play side linebacker, hoping that he gets lost in the wash. And we're also going to send that backside outside, knowing that the backside corner has got eyes on the tight end. If the tight end leaves, he can help out with the tight end. The backside linebacker is going to spy the quarterback for any kind of quarterback zone or quarterback draw or quarterback run game, anything like that coming at us 3rd and 10. first things first, we're going to play some games up front. We have a stunt. We call it tune, tackle under nose. So we're going to send that tackle hard into the B and the nose. As soon as he sees tackle's butt, he's coming right off tackle's hip. He's going to take that outside contain then for any type of speed option. After a run check, let me retrace. We're going to run robber here. This is our robber coverage. So we're reading number 2 to the trips. We're going to read number 2 to the trips with the free safety. Number 2 is going to dictate what he does. If number 2 is vertical past the linebacker, the free safety is going to take him. If the number 2 goes out under linebacker depth, the outside backer is going to take him because the outside backer has flat and robber. The play side corner, he's got deep half. Obviously, we're on the 8, so we're not going to be as deep as possible as normal, but he's looking for anything in his half of the field. He's going to help free safety if need be. The backside free safety is going to eye number 3. If number 3 runs any kind of vertical, he's going to take that immediately. The play side outside backer, he's not worried about any kind of out by number 3 because the play side outside backer has it. Up front with our tune stunt, tackle and nose are running that stunt. And then on the weak side, we're going to run kind of the opposite stunt where the tackle goes out, and we're going to go ahead and give up the flat to the backside. And the backside outside backer is going to run that B gap blitz right there. We're going to blitz from depth. Hopefully it's much harder to pick up that way. Backside corner is going to be a little tighter, but he's still in he's still in his own look. But he knows that he has no help with the backside number 1. So we call it solo. It's really man, but it's zone across the board. And then I'm going to let my linebackers run free. I don't want to send them on a blitz and pigeonhole them somewhere, especially in a situation like that. My inside linebackers, I'm going to let them be athletes and be able to run hash to hash, sideline to sideline.
We always like to run 10-yard out to the boundary. Usually it's really easy throw and it comes out pretty fast. So that's the first thing I'm going to tell my quarterback pre-snap. If you feel like you're going to get, it's probably going to be hard to see from depth, so you may check out of it. But if you feel like you just got to win, a one-on-one win, then take a 3-by-0 drop, throw that sucker at 10 yards, and let's go celebrate. On the play side here, if he feels like he doesn't have a pre-snap, we're going to play fake across to the money side of the protection, which is on the left. With that tune stunt, we're gonna have to do a pretty good job picking that up. My left tackle's got 2, which is the end, and then my left got 1, which is the nose. There technically play fake in the back to that side, hopefully help for number 3 to that side. Also play fake in that side to hold the offensive right, that linebacker from the switch releases by 2 and 3. If he holds there for a second and we get a window behind him, then we'll throw the switch release to that wide receiver who goes second behind the number 3 receiver. So on this little switch release, we tell our kids number 3 go first. So he'll go vertical to what we call the divide, and then number 2 come behind him in that middle cross area. So anyway, it's just like another 4 verticals variation that we run. I always like to run sticking to the boundaries, take care of my quarterback. Obviously a concern here is the protection with that stunt coming away from the back right there. That ball's got to come out quick. And so I have a play fake to take care of part of that on the first read, and then pre-snap read to try and bail us out of any situation where we feel like our athlete's just better. So. Thanks for having me on, man. It was fun. Mine's JK's. You can follow me at Coach JK's on Instagram. I think it's Coach Hayes 7 on Twitter, something like that. Love talking ball, man. I shy away sometimes from some of the Twitter stuff because people get real prideful. But man, anytime you want to talk ball, I love exchanging text messages and phone call and doing a Zoom clinic. Man, would love to talk ball with people. We love, if you're looking for a team to follow in Oklahoma, man, we throw the ball vertical a ton. We throw the ball horizontal a bunch too, and we run zone, outside zone, inside zone, and power. I've got the number 2 right tackle in America right now, so it'll be fun to watch us run the ball this year. If you're looking for some good gap scheme stuff, we'll have some good stuff for you. Next year we'll graduate a couple of those dudes, but yeah, man, love talking ball. Love doing stuff like this, connecting with coaches. Coaches are awesome, man. Greatest platform in the world to connect with people and teach them to be tough, to be men, and to grow up to be people who can handle, be tougher in any situation they face. So Yeah, man. Thanks for having me on. I really appreciate it.
First, Coach, I appreciate the time. I appreciate the invite to be on here. Coach Hayes, I appreciate the back and forth there with the offense and defense. You got some good stuff. It opened my eyes up to some of my schemes and some man beaters I'm leaving open and things. That's great stuff. Like Coach said, man, what a community is. High school football coaches, it's pretty awesome. We take care of each other, and you know, we do a good job of that, helping each other out. I love talking to guys. I love doing things like this. I've kind of shied away from this in the past, but I'm glad I took the opportunity. I'm glad you sent the invite, Coach. Anybody that wants to follow me, I'm on Twitter. Coach Hop 46 is my Twitter handle, and then our football team, Fikeston Football, our Twitter handle is @Fikeston Football. So, and that's football with an FT, not FOOT. So anybody looking for a good follow, we just had a coaching change. We're trying to change the culture a little bit at Fikeston, trying to do some new things and start some new stuff. It's pretty exciting there right now. So once again, Coach, I appreciate it, and what a great community we have, high school football coaches, and trying to make better men in the world, and Lord knows the world needs it right now. So keep doing what you guys are doing. Coach Mallard, keep doing what you're doing. This is awesome, man. I enjoy watching this stuff. Coach Hayes, best of luck, and maybe we can get together and do it again sometime.